short and sweet because I've done record this like one other time and I'm not gonna continue to do it. So about 2 years ago, one of my kids got really badly hurt, and I believe it required stitches. But I was like telling their dad during that time, I'm like, I don't want to deal with the waiting room. I don't want to deal with rude doctors or nurses. And so what's the next best course of action? Well, check this out, y'all. We stumbled upon this. It's called a wound closure device. And basically, it's stitches. It's just stitches at home. And I will show you the actual... I mean, they show you a mock wound there, but my kids wrote on it, so it's not the same. Maybe you can see it a little bit better on that one. But anyway, this is what it actually looks like. It's nothing more than a Band-Aid and 2 little strings on each side. And basically what it is that you pull those 2 strings on top and bottom very gently, just enough to close the flesh that's open. And that's it. That's literally it. You don't gotta go to the ER in urgent care, wait in long lines, deal with rude, obnoxious nurses. You can literally do it at home, y'all. Straight up. And if you don't know my whole spiel, I'm Tiff. I am a committed mom of 5 kids. I studied natural holistic medicine for 9.5 years, and I've been practicing for about 6. And so I highly recommend for all you caregivers out there that you get this. Are you going to sweep? It's basically a wound closure device. I highly recommend it. Go on Amazon Prime. Look up wound closure devices. These are phenomenal. I highly recommend them. And the only reason that I say that is because your child, whether young or old, you know, they're already traumatized from, you know, seeing their wound like that. Why would you want to just go make it worse? Like some parents, they're not really thinking, you know what I mean? Why go to the ER in urgent care, wait for who knows how long, and being in pain when you can literally address it right then and there? I had another incident where my kids and I were at McDonald's, and this kid opened up this portion of his eyebrow, and I was like, oh shit. And I told his dad, go to CVS, go to Walgreens, check both, and see if they have a wound closure device. And he listened to me, and that kid was not scared. But I think the father stayed being angry at McDonald's, so he never really went back. But I'm glad to see that I helped save somebody having a traumatic experience, etc. So these things, oh shit, sorry. This right here is so nifty. Let me see if I can get a different angle, like on my pants, like that. This thing is incredibly handy. And it absolutely works greatly, y'all. So why put your kid, young or old, through the trauma of going to the ER, going to urgent care? Y'all can literally go on Amazon Prime and order those. They're called wound closure devices. Stitches. It looks like a freaking Band-Aid, for crying out loud. They wouldn't know the difference. They were like, oh, it just pulls a little bit. That's it. I have studied natural holistic medicine for about 9.5 years, y'all. Like, so, I mean, there is another way, but like the thing with natural medicine is it's not like modern Western medicine where you pop a pill, boom, and you're fixed, or you know, you go in for an operation and you have whatever repaired. Nah, it takes about like a week all the way up to a month, depending on what specifically you're trying to target. So, you know, in this specific setting, I feel that these type of stitches come in handy because you don't know what you're going to experience. I had a wretched experience with stitches, but I'm going to save that for a different vlog. But when it happened, I was 23, and it was incredibly painful. That's what I do remember. And I was just like, get me home. Get me home. I never want to have to deal with getting injections in my flesh. That's another thing for you parents who are first-time moms or dad. If your child has an open wound, if you go to the pediatric hospital, ER, or the urgent care, they will give your child shots into the flesh directly to close it up with a needle. That's literally what stitches are, and they can be incredibly scary to get if you don't understand what's going on. And obviously at a tender age, when they're small, they're not going to understand in the first place. So like I said, go on Amazon Prime, get these wound closure devices in bulk, y'all, if you can. This thing is really awesome. And it's like a Band-Aid, y'all. You just got to pull those strings. You see how small that is? And it literally closes up the flesh. So I highly recommend it. Like I said before, pediatricians across the United States are trained to incite fear into parents to get their way with them. And it is just so wrong on so many degrees. So there's assholes like me who study natural holistic medicine and who are actually for the people. And so it is my obligation to educate you guys so your child and yourselves never, ever, ever, ever have to endure something traumatic like that. Because getting stitches is very traumatic. Like, I'll tell you, y'all, it is so crazy. I got a whole story about it, but, you know, right now, if you have little toddlers at home or big kids that are teenagers, it doesn't matter, because as soon as they get a wound like that, you pop one of these suckers out, boom, you taken care of, and that's all you need. You ain't got to deal with the ER, the urgent care, waiting all that time, being traumatized. Nah, y'all, it's time to arm ourselves with knowledge and to stop letting these medical doctors push us the hell around.
Mama.
Yes, boo. So with that being said, arm yourselves with knowledge. Do not let these pediatricians or doctors push you around. And I would say, first-time moms and dads, even if you're in the maternity ward, don't let the nurses push you around. Arm yourself with knowledge. I highly recommend that before you go into labor for the moms, get a religious exemption so they can't pull no fast BS with you and they can't pull it with your child. We are at a crossroads with the medical community right now, so we really got to work together and fight this so that we can be, so we can be free again. And we're not being, overthrown by these people. Anyway, so like I said, for you first-time moms and dads, take your power back. Do not let these pediatricians scare you. Make healthy, sound decisions for your little ones, please. Get them exemptions and say never mind to the rest. Anything that they medically do not need, that is not medically necessary, please do me a favor and look up what medically necessary means and what medically unnecessary means, because there's a lot of things that are not medically necessary that they try to push on you. With that being said, I adore you all, my fellow Grizzlies and freedom fighters, but this pretty brown girl has got to go get some breakfast or something because I am hungry. Anyways, I love you guys. Bye.